Hello everyone and welcome back. If you're a subscriber, if you haven't, please do and hit that like button to spread the awareness of wash sales. Now, what is a wash sale? Well, first of all, I am not a financial advisor. I am not even a professional trader. I'm just a dude that loves to trade stocks. So, when it comes to wash sales, in my personal opinion, is that I really am not scared of the wash sale at all. I was at the beginning when I started research, was when I actually caused the wash sales, and I was like, what the hell is this? How do I, get rid of it, and what to do to avoid it? In my, day trading and swing trading, I realized that wash sales are not that scary, even though a whole lot of people out there make it look like it's a boogeyman, a wash sale of a boogeyman. It really isn't, as long as you're in profit. So I'm going to talk about it. In my experience, I'm going to show you some things that I have come across that doing these things, I really neither care about wash sales or I'm not scared of the wash sales. But first, let's look at the definition of the wash sale. So, definition of wash sale, they say that a wash sale occurs when an investor sells or trades a security at a loss and within 30 days before or after buys another one that is substantially similar or the same shares of stocks, right? They forgot to mention that. Well, I mentioned that for them, right? It also happens if the individual sells the security at a loss and their spouse or a company they control buys a substantially similar or the same security within 30 days. I just helped them out there. All right, so I'm not claiming to be, smart about this. I'm not claiming anything. I'm just being the guy who doesn't give a damn about wash sales because I know how they work now because I keep causing them day by day, day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, because I really don't care about them. Why is it that I don't care about them, but a whole lot of people out there do care about these wash sales and they make it look like they're really bad, like you should avoid them. You really should avoid them. If you're a day trader, it really doesn't matter that much. As long, the key word here is as long as you are in profit. Keyword profit. Okay, so you probably wonder how does this strategy of mine works? By me saying I don't care about washes and I ignore washes. Well, I don't completely ignore it or care. I have it in the back of my mind, but there's a strategy that you have to have in mind. If you can't do this, then you definitely do not want to do this. Okay, so let's say for CCIV, right? I'm in a loss of 9 pennies, right? And let's say I want to buy 10 shares, right? And I set the price. My entry point. I want to buy it at $23, right? 10 shares. And let's say that 10 shares executes, right? So what happens is, right, if this price goes up, bounces back up to let's say 23.05, right? I sell it. I'm in 5 penny profit. That's like 50 cents in profit, right? Okay, so I'm at 50 cents in profit if I sell those 10 shares without selling the 2 shares. Well, here's the problem. Every brokerage has this thing that is set up by law is first in, first out. What does that mean right now? You probably wonder, right? What does first in, first out? Well, even though I bought 10 shares here at $23 and then I sold them at $23.05, those 10 shares, that one block, because this is one block, right? This is not this is one. This is actually two blocks. I bought one shares at one point and then another share on one point. That means two blocks. It's not one block. I didn't buy two shares at once. All right. If I bought 10 shares at once, that's one block. If I came around and bought another 10 shares or 20 shares, that's a second block. Even though I bought it at the same day, right after I bought 10 shares, the first 10 shares. Then you end up with two blocks. Okay? I hope you understand that. So, that first in, first out. Even though I bought it at 23, I sold it at 23.05, I gained 50 cents. Well, I sold two of my previous blocks and 8 shares out of the last block that I bought of 10 shares. You see what's going on there? I sold the first two blocks and 8 shares out of the third block. If you want to look at it technically, because this is two blocks, not one block. One share I bought at one price, and then another share at a different price. Okay. So there would be 3 blocks if I bought 10 shares at $23. Okay. So immediately I am in a loss. Okay. Because I sold the 2 shares that I bought at higher price. There's that first in, first out law that brokerages have set up for you. Okay. Now you can change that. You can change that to last in, first out. That is how I in that scenario, like last in, first out. If I were to buy again, similar scenario, if I were to buy 10 shares at $23 and sold it at $23.05, right? I gained 50 cents and I'm in profit 50 cents. I did not sell my 2 blocks that are already that I'm already in position. They're not going to be touched, these previous 2 blocks, because I changed the from first in, first out to last in, first out. Okay, so I hope you understood that. So now you wonder, how do you change it? Well, if you don't know your how to change it in your brokerage account, you have to contact your brokerage. Not every brokerage has that option, to be honest. For TD Ameritrade, I'm going to show you for TD Ameritrades where you go to change your first in, first out to last in, first out. Okay, if you're under my account, all right, when you log in, remind myself to block this area, my account's number, and you go to client services, subscription, I think it's under general. Yep, it's under general. Okay, so client services, my profile, under my profile, general, find general, click on it, right? And then you have options here: auction, buy, order type, limit, and all those stuff. Like I don't do anything here, but under tax, lot, ID, method, those are those lots that I was talking about. The blocks, actually, I was calling them blocks, but they call them lot or lots. Okay. Equities, last in, first out. Qualified funds, last in, first out. Options, last in, first out. Okay. If you look at yours, if you haven't changed it, if you look at yours will say first in, first out. All right. But you can edit it. If you click on edit, all right. Let's say for equities, I click on edit, and you can change all of it, all for the equities, qualified funds, and options. You just scroll down. You just go here and scroll down, and you have this is the by law. This is one is placed in, or for you, for everybody, first and first out. All right. You have the highest cost. You have the loss cost, you have all kinds of, I don't mess around with those. I don't, because I don't fully understand them. I do understand a last in first out, so therefore I switched it to last in first out. Okay, so if your brokerage is not TD Ameritrade, if it's something else, you have to contact your brokerage, and they will, if they're nice enough, they will walk you through and to set up your first in first out to last in first out. Okay, and that is what I did with mine, TD Ameritrade. I called them and I said, hey, I know that my tax lot is set to first in first out. Walk me through and show me where to go and how to set it up to last in last out, and they'll probably be happy to do that if they have that option. If they don't have that option, good luck, you're screwed. I hope I explained it good enough for you to understand the difference between first in and first out. With the first in and first out, you cannot do this. You should not do this, because you're gonna be losing a whole lot of money. Yeah, because you're gonna be buying, right, and selling on top from the previous buys. It's gonna be sold first, and then pretty much you're gonna be screwed and confused. Also, you have to take notes when you buy, when you switch from first in first out, when you switch to last in first out, you have to take notes when you bought those blocks of 10 shares, 50 shares, 100 shares, 1,000 shares. You have to make notes which block has how many shares and when and at what price you bought it, right? So when you do sell it, so you don't make mistakes, so you don't sell it under the price that you bought it. I keep saying block, but it's a lot, but I love saying block, I don't know. So you don't want to make those mistakes. I sure make them. So you have to be organized. You have a note, sticky note somewhere, and when you buy 10 shares of something at let's say $22.96, I would write it down. I bought 10 shares at $22.96. If this price goes down below $22.96, right, then I would buy more shares, let's say 20 shares at $22.88 maybe, and then I will write a note, I bought 20 shares at $22.88, and then when it bounces, let's say bounces to $22.92, right, I only sell 20 shares, not 30, even though I bought 10 shares at $22.96, right? I don't sell those shares because I'm gonna be in a loss, right? I sell 20 shares that I bought at $22.88, right? That's where that last in first out comes in play. Okay, that is how you lower your cost basis, and hopefully you can lower your wash sales as well. Usually wash sales will accumulate, right? They're gonna grow. Don't worry about it. As long as you're in profit, as long as you don't make a mistake and sell the 10 shares that you bought at $22.96 below $22.96. Okay, so you have to keep eye on that. You have to be organized, okay, and you have to write a note, keep notes when you bought it, at what price, how many shares of that block, and you must change before you can do this, before this is going to work for you. Okay, please, you have to change from first in first out to last in first out. You have to contact your brokerage. If you don't know how to change it, where to go to change it, contact your brokerage and then have them help you change it. As you saw in the beginning of the video, I'm in a loss of $456. That's not true. I am in a loss. As you can see, my average price of the AMC is $39.55, right? If I were to sell it right now, which I can, which is 5 o'clock in the morning, the buyer here will buy it at 38.36. So I'm not $453 in a loss. I am in a loss. That is true. That is a fact. You can do the calculation here. I don't know exactly how much I'm in a loss here. Maybe over between 50 and close to $100, I believe, something like that. I really don't care about that because I know that this is not how much I'm in loss. I am in a loss, but it's a small amount, not that big, not that scary. So why is it that I'm not scared of this red number here, $453? For a small account like myself, when I see a big number like this, I start worrying. But why is it that I'm not worried about this number? Well, because I know that most of it is a wash sale. How did I create that? How is it that I'm not scared of this wash sale? And why is it that I'm not scared of the wash sale? Because I'm in profit. Now I'm going to show you proof that I'm in profit. The part where you are probably saying you're full of BS, right? Because we can clearly see that you're losing money. Oh, here we go. So this is the AMC right there. It's highlighted. All right, AMC Entertainment. I've been day trading this account, this AMC, since last week Wednesday. I started day trading it, like fully committed to day trading it. Since then, I made $586. It's not much for a small account. It's pretty good, to be honest. Today is, as I said, July 14th. Right, market is not open yet. I'm gonna day trade today, AMC, of course, because I'm in a loss about between $50 and $100. I'm not sure how much. But I'm gonna try and get that money back, right, and plus some more. And what's gonna happen is on July 15th, which is tomorrow, right, this cost basis will update, because it does not update as you day trade or at the same day. It updates overnight the next day. So I'm gonna, of course, log in again and show you that I do make profit, and I'm gonna also show you the AMC's my actual this red number that supposedly is supposed to tell me that I'm in a loss, which I'm not, because most of it is a wash sale that I'm not scared of, that I know exactly, how to deal with it. Of course, when taxes come at the end of the year, you must include your wash sales in your taxes. So in this video, I want to bring that awareness. If you're doing taxes yourself, let's say on TurboTax, which I do it myself on TurboTax, you have to learn your tax documents. You have to read it. You have to research it. Those washes are not, they're not going to be counted towards you, against your profit, unless you're a mark-to-market trader, which you have to apply for. I am not a mark-to-market day trader. I am a day trader, but I'm not a market because I did not apply for it. Okay, so it's the next day, July 15th. I logged in, and surprise, surprise, look at the red number here, $957. Of course, most of it is wash sales, as I said in yesterday in a previous clip. But I also accumulated 30 more shares to hold. I'm holding these shares because AMC didn't do so well yesterday on July 14th. They broke level 40 price, then they broke level 38 price, which was supposed to be a support. They broke their support. Bears broke their support, and I was like, oh my god, we are going down. AMC Nation is, I mean, I don't know, AMC Nation or Ape Nation or however you want to call them. We're going down. Even though I was at 38 trying to help Ape Nation out there, we failed. We failed. But that is okay. As I said, I day trade the stock. Therefore, eventually I'm going to get my money back. It's going to take a while, of course, but I'm going to get my money back. Now, your question is, well, Sai, you accumulated wash sales, but did you make any profit from yesterday? Since yesterday. I mean, day before yesterday, because this is July 15th. It's 3:21 a.m. Yes, I cannot sleep. I'm a freaking vampire. For some reason, I just cannot sleep, or during night. So I wake up around 3 o'clock, and I'm like, what to do now? I can't do anything around the house, make noises. So I'm bored. I can't fall asleep. This is what I do. Make us, videos. So let's look at my profit. Let me switch to my TD Ameritrade. And as you can see, AMC yesterday was like what, $5.89. Today is $714. 700. So yesterday I made what, about a little over $100 AMC, day trading it throughout the day. And I also made like 30 something dollars off of Xela, or Zela, how you want to call them, Xela Technologies. Yeah, so I was trading those two, day trading those two stocks. So I am proving that there's no need to fear there's no need to fear wash sales. Even the losses, I mean, of course I have good losses here, within the wash sales, but I don't fear it. You know what's going to happen in the future? It might not happen today or tomorrow or next week, but I'm going to keep day trading, and I'm going to keep accumulating those wash sales. But I don't care about those wash sales. What I care is about profits. So I'm going to take profits, and I'm going to keep day trading until I collect enough profits to be able to sell all of my shares, right? And still stay in profits, right? That is my goal. Friday, July 16th. I logged into my account. This is live account, just to show you. As I extend this. I collapsed it. The realized gain losses. I usually look at this number here. It was like $970, 71 maybe dollars, and I see that I made only like $60, and I'm like thinking to myself, wait a minute. Just alone in AMC, I made over $100 yesterday, Thursday, July 15th. Then I looked at the AMC, and it says 701. If you go back in the video, you'll see that yesterday I had $714. I lost $13. I was like, what is going on? What did I, like, I must have done something. So I started investigating. What is it that I did? Because I know for a fact that I made over $100 yesterday. I mean, yesterday, because today is Friday. So I looked into Thinkorswim. I looked at my AMC. I see that the wash sale and losses did lower down from 900 something. I looked at my shares 40 shares. I had 80, right? And I was like, wait a minute. Didn't I have 50 shares before I had 80 shares? Again, if you retrace or go back to one of the clips or sections or days where I was showing where I had 50 shares here, and then the next day I end up with the 80 shares. So I'm gonna explain what's going on here. So the 50 shares that I had, those shares belong to these 40 shares. Or actually, those shares have few different blocks in it. Now, what am I talking about blocks? So let's explain blocks so you can fully understand what is going on, where I made a mistake, so you don't make that mistake. All right, if you decide to do. As you can see here, look at the quality here. It says plus 40, right? Okay, so if I decide to buy 40 shares, see right now there's a buyer at 38.10, right? If I decide to buy 40 shares at 38.15, right? Those 40 shares are one block. They belong to one specific block. Now I can change this to 10 shares and buy 10 shares, right? Those 10 shares belong to one block. If I decide I want more shares at 38.15, I can go and buy 20 more shares. Well, guess what? 20 shares belong to one specific block. Even though I bought 10 shares before 20 shares, those 10 shares, those first 10 shares that I bought, belong to one specific block. The 20 additional shares that I bought, they belong to one specific block. Okay, if you understand that, now let me explain where I made a mistake. So I usually, when I trade, right, since AMC was going up, I was excited from 31 cents, kept rising and rising. I did the day trade a little bit, you know, here and there, like 300 something shares I was trading, you know, and I was squeezing a little bit of money, you know, $10, $20, you know, here and there. And but I was also switching back and forth from different like different companies here. As you can see, I'm losing here 44, and I was like, you know, switching, and I was buying and selling different, you know, company shares, and I was like, you know, sometimes I go buy 30, maybe 10, sometimes I buy 100 and I sell 100 if I see that I'm in a profit. As I was doing that, I must have changed it to 40, like so, right? Or why am I on AMD? Should be, and I switched it to AMC. And in pre-market, I realized, if you look at where my cursor is, they went up above 39.50. I did not notice them, even though I have a marker here, alert, at 37.73. It should have, you know, go off, but these alerts do not go off in pre-market or post-market, which is aftermarket. They only go off during the market, during open market, right? So that this did not open, so I did not get the opportunity to sell at 39.80, or, you know, even lower than that. I probably would have sold it. But when I seen it, it was around 38.66, I believe, and I end up selling it at 38.66, if I remember correctly. I don't remember correctly when I sold it. When I sold it, I was quick. I was like, let me get some profit. And that is where I made a mistake. Because even though I saw there was 40 and I figured, okay, I probably, it's probably the right price, I mean, not right, right quantity, but I did not check my notes. And in my notes says that I bought 30 shares below 37.73, but I sold 40. So 10 shares belonged to shares that I was buying above 48, close to $50. And that is where I lost over $100. It was my mistake. Yes, it happens. Yes, you will make mistakes, those mistakes too. There's a good chance that you might not make those mistakes if you're organized more than I am, or if you're better organized than I am. You probably will not make these mistakes. And if you follow these rules and your rules that you set up, there's a very low chance that you're gonna make mistakes. Even though I follow my own rules, I pay attention, I take notes, I still make mistakes. So I made over $100 and I lost over $100. Pretty much almost actually I lost more than I made yesterday on AMC, just because of that 10 shares that I mistakenly sold. I was supposed to sell 30, like so, right? I sold 40 at above 37.73. That is where I made a mistake, because I added 10 more shares and I took 10 shares off of the block that I was buying it at around $50, close to $50. Yeah, thanks for watching. Always stop by. You never know what I have in store for you to watch. Until next time, peace.